Newzroom says the cabinet will be guided by one government policy. This new executive will have the responsibility, among others, of tackling crime in hotspot provinces like Gauteng. Ziniko Mhlaba looks directly into how the provincial government has been trying to deal with the problem of crime. Ziniko, good morning to you and welcome. Very interesting yesterday watching Newzroom just outline how the GNU is going to work, how they would begin to synthesize and balance their manifesto objectives with the work that they now need to carry out in the executive. Crime, of course, a big issue. What was said specifically about the province of Gauteng?
Good morning, Iman. Yes, indeed, Gauteng has been, topping many provinces in terms of serious crimes, especially when it comes to murder, when it comes to gender-based violence, but also hijacking. So those are the crimes that are really stressing SAPS here in Gauteng, but also community policing forums and many other stakeholders, including the private sector. So there's been that, theme or project introduced by Panyaza Lesufi in his previous term when it comes to bringing in technology to try to combat crime in and around city centers in Gauteng. And one of those city centers, as we know, is the Johannesburg CBD, which has been very problematic when it comes to hijacking, when it comes to mugging of commuters who are coming from different townships who are making their way and working in the city of Johannesburg. So we're going to have a conversation now with one of the great activists here who's been very involved in the introduction of technology, but also working with communities on the ground that are tackling crime, Mr. Thokozani Masilela. Mr. Masilela, thank you very much, sir, for your time. Talk to us about the work that you guys do on the ground in terms of fighting crime and the issue of introduction of technology. How has that been going, and how are we doing in terms of making sure that we're dealing with this scourge of crime in the CBD in Johannesburg?
No, thank you very much for the opportunity. Fighting crime is a project that continues as long as the humankind exists. So basically, the introduction of the technology, starting from personal alarms, talking about panic buttons that will assist in the personal space. So because we realize that the panics and the apps in the 21st century has to be used, including the cameras that you see that are being procured by the previous administration. We're hoping that in the new administration, we should see more of these technologies, but also more people that will operate this, because this is a technology that needs human beings to be operated. So we're excited that and hoping that the new administration, and it's exciting that the Premier has decided to take the community safety into the Premier's office, so that the escalation is quicker than before.
I mean, don't you think, talking about the moving of this department into the Premier's office, don't you think maybe that is going to have some challenges in terms of ensuring that it has its own resources that are independent from the office of Premiers? What are the advantages and disadvantages of that move?
The advantages is that the political office, it's the highest in the province. So then it means if you escalate, those things will actually help, will be attended quicker and faster. But the disadvantage might be the administration part of it, which we'll still have to see, because HODs and so forth. But we're very excited to be moving to that direction so that we don't take long for responses. And yeah.
Let's continue our chat just after the break. We need to go back to studio. So Iman will continue having this conversation with Mr. Masilela so that he explains to us those matters that have to do with technology. It's back to you for now.
We certainly do need to feel much safer here in the economic heartland of the country. Ziniko Mhlaba will come back to you a little bit later on.